Hi, I'm Katie Mintz. It's Wednesday, April 8th, and here's what's happening in Apple Valley and Rosemount. Tonight, the District 196 School Board Personnel and Negotiations Committee will review 20 applications for the superintendent position. The committee, which meets 6 p.m. at the district office, will make a recommendation for finalists to the full school board. The school board is expected to officially select 5 or 6 finalists at its meeting Monday, April 13th, at which time the names will become public. Superintendent John Currie announced in December that he'd retire at the end of the school year. The school board accepted applications for the position March 1st through April 6th and hopes to select a new superintendent that can start in the position before June 30th. Finalists will take part in first interviews tentatively scheduled for the evenings of April 20th, 21st, and 22nd. The board will then narrow the field to 2 or 3 candidates for second interviews, which are tentatively scheduled for May 4th, 5th, and 6th. In addition to interviewing with the board, the candidates selected for second interviews will also meet with employee representatives and parent and resident groups. A tough financing climate has forced the developer of the former Genz-Ryan site to temporarily scale back plans. Last night, the Rosemount City Council unanimously approved amendments to the South Robert Commons planned unit development after giving it the go-ahead last month. The changes allow Kraus-Anderson Realty Company to construct approximately 70% of the 17,000 square foot professional office building. A temporary wall will be added at the north end of the building with the intent that it be removed when additional tenants are found. Matt Alexander, Director of Real Estate Development for Kraus-Anderson, said with only 8,000 square feet of the building being leased to Health East, the company's bank would not finance the entire project. Original plans called for 3 additional tenants, but none have yet been secured. The company will proceed with full construction on a 12,000 square foot portion of the building and will install footings for the remainder so that it is ready for construction. The council included conditions in the amendment that require the temporary wall to be removed and a permanent brick wall constructed after 5 years if there is no action, or prior to construction on the southern end of the property for which Kraus-Anderson also has a purchase agreement. The City Council also sanctioned Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill for selling alcohol to a minor in April 2008. On a 3-2 vote, council members Kim Shu Corrigan and Kurt Bills dissenting, the council imposed a $2,000 fine and a 21-day license suspension, with 5 of those days to be served immediately, April 8th through 12th, and the remaining 16 days stayed contingent on no additional violations for 2 years. The penalty was a slight departure from the city's usual sanction for a third violation, a $1,500 fine and 21-day suspension with 11 days immediately served and 10 days stayed. Previous violations occurred at the Rosemount Applebee's in March 2005 and July 2007. An attorney for Applebee's argued that due to a change in corporate ownership prior to the April 2008 violation, it should be counted as a first for the company. First violations typically draw a $500 fine with no suspension. An independent hearing examiner for the case found that the violation should be counted as a first under the new ownership, but also that the city could consider other factors in its penalty. Bills and Shu Corrigan, both high school teachers, said they believed the regular penalty for a third violation was fair. Randy Carmody, Director of Operations for Applebee's Minnesota and Wisconsin, said a 10-day suspension would cause the immediate layoff of bartenders and impact servers' wages. Since the recent violation, Applebee's has fired the server who gave alcohol to a minor, retrained staff, and instituted a new carding policy that requires every guest, regardless of appearance of age, to be carded. Other council members took these actions into account in their decision. For more on the meeting, check out www.mnsun.com or next week's Apple Valley Rosemount Sun Current newspaper. In other Rosemount news, Community Development Director Kim Lindquist is one of 5 finalists for the City of Newport's City Administrator position. Lindquist was hired as Rosemount's Community Development Director in 2003. Recently, she served as Interim City Administrator in Rosemount and was also a finalist for the position. She previously worked at the cities of Minnetonka and Cottage Grove. Other finalists for the Newport position are Brian Anderson, Lakeville Assistant City Manager, Dan Donahue, former New Hope City Manager, Jim Norman, Interim City Administrator in Afton, and Larry Thompson, Vice President of Sienna Corporation and former City Administrator for River Falls, Wisconsin. Finalists were selected by the Newport City Council April 2nd. They will be interviewed April 18th, and a hiring decision is expected that same day, according to a Newport official. Your Weather Underground forecast for tonight is mostly clear with lows 25 to 30. Thursday will be mostly sunny with highs 45 to 50, dipping to 25 to 30 overnight. For Sun Newspapers, I'm Katie Mintz. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.